Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to
It's tail. Arizona. And have a good game. Good luck.
We're about to get underway. And he returns it out to the 26-yard line. First and 10.
Not many quarterbacks in this league can run the ball like that. It's like having an extra running back on your roster.
First and 10.
There is nothing more embarrassing to a defense than to allow a quarterback to run the ball through your defense like that.
The Cardinals are going with 3 receivers here on 2nd and 5. He gets sacked back at the 32-yard line.
He could have avoided the huge loss here by simply throwing the ball away. It's the little things that separate the good quarterbacks from the average quarterbacks. On that play right there, he just wasn't thinking. Wow, Kevin, they sent the entire defense on that blitz. It's a gamble, but this time it paid off and it goes down as a sack.
Caught by Boston. Fuller with the tackle.
There is nothing more embarrassing to a defense than to allow a quarterback to run the ball through your defense like that.
Frank Sanders lines up in the slot. Hauls it in at the back of the end zone. Touchdown!
David Boston. Was walking a tightrope in the back of the end zone, but managed to get both feet in bounds and make the catch. Pretty impressive, if you ask me.
Lining up for the point after. There's the kick. He missed it. Blanchard is all set and ready to kick the ball off to Northcutt. It's a short kick. Well, it looked like they were not going to get to him, but he's cut down around the 46-yard line.
Great starting field position, but I'm sure he's wishing that if a few more blocks were made downfield, he could have taken that one in for a score.
The Cardinals line up in a 4-3. He's tackled at the 47-yard line. 2nd and 3. Dawson lines up in the slot. He has no room to run as he's hammered behind the line of scrimmage.
It all starts with the guys up front, so they say. And on that play, the play never got started.
Jackson is the only back in the backfield. Dumps it off. And the tackle is made by Knight.
Tim Couch just took what the defense gave him. The deep stuff was covered, and as a result, his only option was to throw underneath.
1st and 10. And it's incomplete.
Well, that's just part of the job of being receiver. Sometimes you're going to have to go across the middle. And when you do, you know what the outcome is going to be. So concentrate on making the catch, and then you know you're going to get dead.
Second and 10. The Cardinals are going with a 4-3 look. Complete. Stopped at the 29-yard line. Throws a short pass. Taken down at the 25-yard line.
Even though the completion is not for many yards, it still helps soften that defense. Because eventually, they'll come up and start jumping on that underneath route. And when they jump on the underneath route, it's going to open up something downfield, and that's when the offense will take its shot.
At the end of the first quarter, the score is Cleveland 0, Arizona 6. Tackled behind the line.
Kevin, I think even you could have run the ball better on that play.
Hauls it in. Taken down.
Well, the defender was a little late getting there, but at least he held him to a short pickup after the catch.
Phil Dawson is about to attempt a 39-yard field goal. It's up. And the kick is good. The Browns cut the lead to only 3. Boston is back deep, ready to receive the kick. Taken down by Ellsworth.
Defense has to be feeling a little bit embarrassed after letting the quarterback run rampant through their defense. Not many quarterbacks in this league can run the ball like that. It's like having extra running. The defense has to be feeling a little bit embarrassed after letting the quarterback run rampant through their defense.
We're at the 2-minute warning. They line up in the shotgun.
There is nothing more embarrassing to a defense than to allow a quarterback to run the ball through your defense like that. Right. The defense has to be feeling a little bit embarrassed after letting the quarterback run rampant through their defense.
First and goal. They line up in the shotgun.
Number 19 couldn't find anyone open, so he's tucked the ball away and ran it in himself. That almost looked like a designed play. He executed it so well.
The Cardinals are going for 2. "19 is in for 2. Blanchard is set to kick it away. Short kick. And he's finally brought down after a huge gain. What a great play by Johnson.
Just a couple blocks more, and he may have taken that one a lot further.
The Browns are going with 4 receivers on this play. Tillman makes the tackle at the 33-yard line. First and 10. Lines up in the slot. Is complete. Tackled at the 25-yard line.
Number 5 was lucky to hang on to the ball because he was rocked after he made the catch.
Throws it short. Thompson with the takedown. Lines up in the slot. It's caught by 5. The tackle is made at the 3-yard line.
Number 5 was able to haul it in, but the defender was right there on the spot to make the tackle.
Timeout, Cleveland. Caught it in the back of the end zone. Touchdown!
Very little room in the back of the end zone that time, but somehow he was able to come away with 6.
The Browns are lining up to attempt the 2-point conversion. Short pass. The 2-point conversion is good. The Browns cut the scoring margin to only 3. The Browns are ready to kick the ball off. And he returns it out to the 33-yard line.
I think if he would have kept running behind his blockers, he could have picked up a few more yards.
Hold it.
Ellsworth almost makes the pickoff. Excellent coverage on Frank Sanders.
Outstanding defensive coverage. He covered his man tight, and then when the ball came, he broke on it and swatted it away with one hand.
At the end of the first half, the score is Arizona 14, Cleveland 11. Arizona is setting up for an onside kick. The receiving team makes the recovery and will take over at the 49-yard line.
I think the coach made a big mistake calling for the onside kick. When you have a team down, you don't want to do something stupid to lose the momentum.
The pass was incomplete.
No excuse for not completing that pass, Kevin. He was wide open.
Northcutt makes the grab. Tillman makes the tackle.
If he would have been able to get by the defender, he might have picked up a nice chunky yardage.
And the pass is incomplete. He takes it out to about the 32-yard line. The pass is complete. Brought down by Chavis.
The defender wasn't able to prevent the completion, but at least he was there to make the tackle.
1st and 10. He can't get out of the backfield.
Perfect execution by the defense. When you stunt gaps, you're going to get into the backfield without a blocker laying hand on you. The running back never knew what hit him.
Ricky Dudley was the intended target.
Oh, that's a classic case of alligator arms right there. He heard the defender's footsteps coming pounding down. He heard him breathing fire and smoke. He just didn't want the ball. This is a great opportunity just to put some points on the board. If they don't make any mistakes, they should at least get a field goal out of this.
Intended for Jackson. He's going to attempt a 34-yard field goal. The Cardinals are going with a 4-3 look. The kick is in the air, and that's 3 points for the Browns. Boston is back and ready to receive the kick. turns it out to the 38-yard line.
There is nothing more embarrassing to a defense than to allow a quarterback to run the ball through your defense like that.
1st and 10.
Not many quarterbacks in this league can run the ball like that. It's like having an extra running back on your roster.
They line up in the shotgun.
There is nothing more embarrassing to a defense than to allow a quarterback to run the ball through your defense like that.
1st and 10.
Not many quarterbacks in this league can run the ball like that. It's like having an extra running back on your roster. The defense has to be feeling a little bit embarrassed after letting the quarterback run rampant through their defense. The defense has to be feeling a little bit embarrassed after letting the quarterback run rampant through their defense.
And after 3 quarters of play, the score is all tied up at 14. Taken down hard.
He was in the backfield so fast that the quarterback never stood a chance. I didn't realize he was that quick. Look for them to start double-teaming his side from here on out.
Sacked back at the 22-yard line.
Mental lapse by the quarterback as he gets taken down for that huge loss. It probably would have been a lot better if he'd just gotten rid of the ball. Well, if the quarterback had read the blitz a little quicker, he might not have been on his back.
4th and 16. And they fail to convert on 4th down. They turn it over.
Could read the blitz a little quicker, he might not have been on his back.
4th and 16. And they're not going to get it. Turnover on downs at the 10.
Could have read the blitz a little quicker, he might not have been on his back.
4th and 16.
There is nothing more embarrassing to a defense than to allow a quarterback to run the ball through your defense like that.
The ball is spotted at the 5-yard line. And there's nowhere to run as he gets sacked back at the 8-yard line.
Just look at the way the defensive tackle dominates at the line of scrimmage. He's so quick for a guy his size, and he's able to get that direct push right up into the quarterback's face, it seems, anytime he wants.
The Cardinals are going with 4 receivers on this play. Down goes the quarterback.
That's one big body to land on top of his face, it seems, anytime he wants.
Knocked away. Great pass coverage by Rayner.
He's lucky that wasn't intercepted. The defender made a great break on the ball and knocked it away.
The Browns line up in a 4-3. The pass is batted down. Excellent coverage.
Well, that was an ill-advised pass into some very tight coverage. I'm sure he wishes he had that one back. At least it didn't get picked off.
Chapman is in as the nickel back. Sanders tiptoes to the back of the end zone. Touchdown!
Number 19 put the ball in the only place that his receiver had a chance to catch it. If that pass was a little bit higher, I don't think he would have been able to stay in bounds.
They're going for 2. The Cardinals line up in the shotgun. And they will tack on 2 points. Blanchard will put the ball into play for the Cardinals. Kicks it short. Outstanding return on the play, Bill.
Whoa, I thought he was going all the way, Kevin. He found a seam and broke up the field. Gave his team excellent field position. Now let's see if the offense can convert his hard work into some points and punch it into the end zone.
And he's tackled after a short gain. Two-minute warning. Caught, taken down at the 40-yard line. Wide open. Tackled by Tillman.
There's absolutely no excuse for a receiver to be that wide open. Somebody blew an assignment.
1st and 10. Dumps it off, almost intercepted. Super job in coverage.
It looked like he threw that one right at the defender. You better be more careful next time because he might not be so lucky.
The Cardinals are going with a 4-3 look. The pass is caught. Runs out of bounds.
The defender wasn't able to prevent the completion, but at least he was there to make the tackle.
The Cardinals must be expecting a pass here because they've brought in a few extra defensive backs.
Well, if they can convert here, they've got a good chance of getting a touchdown out of this.
He's in for the score.
The defense didn't react quickly enough, and by the time they figured out where the play was going, it was too late.
They will attempt the two-point conversion. They're in for two. David Boston is back to return the kick for Arizona. Taken down by Sanders. First and 10. Oh. 19 is back deep in the shotgun formation.
Oh, it's a great job by the quarterback. He realized that the #1 importance of his offense was to pick it up the first down, and that's exactly what he did. Right. That's team defense. They did an outstanding job of keeping him to a short game. You'll give up 3 yards on every play.
Second and 9.
Not many quarterbacks in this league can run the ball like that. It's like having an extra running back on your roster.
Third and 2.
They need this conversion to keep the drive alive.
And it's knocked away. Excellent coverage on David Boston.
Outstanding. Not many quarterbacks in this league can run the ball like that. It's like having an extra running back on your roster. Right. The defense has to be feeling a little bit embarrassed after letting the quarterback run rampant through their defense. There is nothing more embarrassing to a defense than to allow a quarterback to run the ball through your defense like that. Right.
The Cardinals up in the shotgun. And the ball sails incomplete.
Oh, the quarterback's lucky.
Up in the shotgun. And the ball sails incomplete.
Well, there's absolute no.
Up in the shotgun. The pass is charged loose. We end the fourth quarter the way we started the game, all tied up, on to overtime. Up in the shotgun. And the ball drops incomplete.
Even though the pass wasn't caught.
Up in the shotgun.
Not many quarterbacks in this league can run the ball like that. It's like having an extra running back on your road.
Up in the shotgun. Sanders catches it in the end zone. Blanchard to try for the point after. The kick is up. The kick is good. This game's not over yet. It may come down to who has the ball left. This is the proper